everybody, Pseudo here with Visualize LED and my church. In this short video, we want to show you how to set up Ableton to send audio to the house. Here at Visualize LED, we don't just want to sell or rent you some wall equipment and leave you to figure out the rest. We want to be a resource so that you can fully realize the vision for your church and for your event. I'm working out of Ableton Live 9. And when you open up a new session, it will normally start up in session view. It has all the channels lined up like a mixing board, and it will start up with 2 audio channels and 2 MIDI channels. Let's leave the MIDI channels in there because we're going to be working with those in another video. What we want to do is change this to arrangement view, and for that you can hit tab and it will take you to the arrangement view right here. One more thing we want to do is create a little bit more space. So let's go down to the bottom right corner and press this little triangle right here, and this will close the large window at the bottom. That's a whole other video in which we're going to touch on the features for Ableton, but for now, I just want to focus on setting you up to send audio. Do me a favor and also press the small R right here in the bottom right corner. We're not going to use that for these purposes, and you'll notice that there's 2 channels labeled 1 MIDI and 2 MIDI, and then there's a third one and a fourth one called 3 audio and 4 audio. You can rename these by pressing Command R. So I'm going to name the first MIDI Propri for Presenter. Command R. And the second one is going to be the stop trigger. This is so you can stop the tracks at the end of the song using MIDI, and we're going to go over that on another video as well. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to rename the first audio track to click. It's Command R. And the next one, I'm going to rename it to guide. Command R again. Guide. So to create more audio tracks, what you're going to do is you're going to hold down Command and T. Okay? Command T, Command T, Command T. And you can make as many tracks as you need to make. Okay? Side note, you can right click to change the track colors and organize yourself a little better. Check this out. Right click. See, you can have, let's change this to purple. Or this one maybe to yellow. So you can right click on the tracks to make it easier to organize by color. So now you have all your empty tracks. It's time to fill them up with some stems. Stems are the recorded instrument tracks that you can get from multitracks.com or from any website that provides that service. Now, I've already edited my tracks to what we use them in service, and so if you'd like more information about that, you can definitely email me at pseudo@visualizeled.com. But for now, let's put these stems into the tracks in Ableton. Let's do Life by William McDowell. Alright, so what we're going to do is we have the click and the guide. So you take click, and drag it in, go to click. Okay, you have the guide. We're going to bring it into the guide. We have, let's go over guitars. Okay, we have guitars. We have keys. We have the bass. Let's go with the bass. Why not? Bass. We have the loop. And we have the BGVs, the background vocals. Okay. And we created 10,000 more tracks, so let's go ahead and erase them. You could just click on them and delete each one you don't need. Okay, so now we have the 2 MIDIs and we have our tracks. So now what we're gonna do is, if you notice to the right here, you will see that each track has a drop down arrow. Let's go ahead and close the MIDI tracks for now and focus on the audio. And in the middle column, you'll see extension in, a number, in, auto off, and a master. If you plug in a regular 1/8" jack to the side of your computer, Ableton will actually send it out from that connection. But we want to give our soundman more control over these tracks. And for that, we're going to need an audio interface. You can order one online or grab one at your local music store. I personally have a Focusrite interface. Personas makes great interfaces too, and here at my church we actually use a Mo2 Lite Mark II. Really what you want is an interface that can output at least 6 channels. Both mine and the one here at my church outputs 8 channels plus the 2 monitor outs. So that's what I'll be setting up with you today. So once you install everything you need for your interface and it's all plugged in, Ableton will read it and you'll have a new set of outputs. But you're gonna have to go in and switch those outputs on manually. So let's do that right now. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to Preferences. You can go up here to the Live and you can click on it here, or you can press Command and the comma. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. It says Look and Feel, Audio, Link MIDI, File Folder, Library, Record, Warp, Launch, CPU, Licenses, Maintenance. Right now we're gonna go to Audio. Here in Audio you'll notice the driver type, audio input, audio output, channel configuration, sample rates. This is right now, we won't need to mess with anything right now. We never had to change any of this stuff, so we're not gonna mess with that. What we are gonna do is we're gonna come over here and you wanna make sure that it's at 48, okay? The sample rate is at 48, it's higher quality than normal. If you first turn it on and check this out, it may be at 44. A lot of people that sell tracks and provide multi-tracks sell them at a sample rate of 48. So that's what you want to have it set up. Let's go back here and you will see the driver type, core audio. You don't want to mess with that. So you want to be able to play your music out of the device. But you'll see here audio input device, how it has no device, and audio output device has built-in output, 0 in, 2 out. What that means is your built-in output is your 1/8 inch audio jack. So what we want to do is, if you'll notice, once you hit that drop down button, you'll see no device, you'll see built-in audio, and you'll see the Sapphire. And that's what we're going to use today. Boom. Click on it, and now you have 20 in and 20 out. My interface has 8 analog ins and 12 digital ins, and it also has 8 analog outs and 12 digital outs. So 20 and 20. Now here's the cool part about it is that a lot of people have asked us, how do you get 10 outputs? Well, basically what we do is we use the monitor outs. And so let's see if we can catch that real quick here. We have the 8 outs here, 8 analog outs, and we also have two monitor outs right here. So we use the 2 monitor outs plus the 8 analog outs, and it gives us actually 10 analog outs, and that's how we get 10 tracks out to the sound man. Okay? So now that we've established that, let's go back into Ableton. And so what we're gonna do is right here we're gonna go to the output configuration. I'm gonna click on that, and you'll see that now you have all your 20 ins both on mono and on stereo. Now here's the reason why I have some turned on and some turned off, is because my guitars are stereo, my keys are stereo, my bass track is mono, and my BGVs are stereo. What does that mean? Let's go back to our preferences. Go back to output config. When I go into here, I want to send out 1 and 2 stereo, 3 and 4 stereo, 5 and 6 stereo. Okay, that's my guitars, keys. 5 and 6 is going to be the BGVs. Then 7 is going to be bass. 8 is going to be the loop. 9 is going to be guide, and 10 is going to be the click. 6 stereo, 4 mono. Okay, and you can just turn these on and off like that. Okay? Now, let's go back to the main window. Now, you can go to that middle column again, and in the drop-down menu where it says master, right here, master, you're going to choose extension out. And do that for all of them. And notice now the number here changed. So we got master, and then we have no number here. I'm gonna go extension out, see the 1, 2. Those are the outs that we just turned on, okay? Master, 1 and 2. Sorry. Master, extension out, 1 and 2. Master, extension out, 1 and 2. Master, extension out, 1 and 2. And master, extension out, 1 and 2. And so we have the guitars. Now let's rename that. Command R. Guitars. Okay. Keys. Command R. Okay. Bass. Command R. Have loop. Command R. We have the vocals. Command R. Oh, BGB. Now we're going to actually move. You can move these around so that you can just click it and drag it wherever you need it, wherever you want it. Oh, if it lets you, there it is. But because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, guitars 1 and 2, keys is 3 and 4, BGB is 5 and 6, bass is 7, loop is 8. And you can order these however you want. Let's go ahead and put the guide down here since we are labeling them that way, 9 and 10, okay? So now what we're gonna do is, these is normally gonna come in at 1 and 2 from the beginning, so you probably won't have to switch that out. But the next one, and we can close this so we can see it a little bit easier. The next one, extension out, click down and you'll see 3 and 4, so we'll go 3 and 4, okay? Extension out. 5 and 6. Okay. Switching out. This is mono, so we're gonna go 7. Switching out. This is going to be normally mono, so we're gonna go 8. The guide mono is 9. And the guide click is number 10. And there you go. And that's going to send all of the tracks that we just turned on through the interface and out into the house. One last thing, out of your interface, you're gonna wanna get an XLR to TSR snake, okay? This will take you from the outputs of your interface onto your board if your interface is in the front of the house, or onto the snake on the stage, okay? Now, they don't make these in 10, they only make these in 8s or 4 or 12s, I believe. So I guess you can get, maybe you can get 3 4s, or, I mean that's too much. I just got 1 8, and what I do is I take, I use what I have for my monitors, and that's what gets me the other 10. So these are actually my monitor cables, TSR to XLR male, right and left, and then I use my 8-channel snake, and that's what gets me the 10 channels to feed the board with. So just a quick extra tip, make sure that you guys have everything labeled well on Ableton the way we showed you. Make sure that you go back to this video and check out the information. If you have any questions, please let me know. Pseudo@visualizeled.com. I'm here for you to answer any questions that I can, and if I don't know, I'll definitely find out, because a pretty wall won't do you any good without any content. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your time, and I'll see you on the next one.